made it to another Sunday. That's right. Ain't gonna clap for nothing else. Clap for that. We made it to another Sunday.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, the terrible championship boxing match. Yeah. A lot of depleted NBA teams ended up winning games that they had no business winning. You know, it's a lot to clap about. A lot to clap about. Good evening. Welcome to another Sunday Night Live. Of course, you know here at Sunday Night Live, this is the weekly sports recap. I'm your host, 58 South, along with my co-host, the sports diplomat, Mr. Mashawn Roberson. What's up, sir?
What's happening, man? How you doing this week?
Oh man, doing great. Welcome back, by the way. I don't see no
Good.
beads or nothing on you, but
Oh,
welcome back.
thanks a lot, man. I put those up, man.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Maybe I should have put some on, but
Yeah, man,
I
just to let the folks know you was out there for real. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you like to start with it, man, how was your experience at that Mardi
Well,
Gras?
it was great, man. I mean, I went to the Mardi Gras in Mobile, Alabama. That's my hometown, and the Mardi Gras. A lot of people don't know the Mardi Gras actually started there. It didn't start in New Orleans. They kind of adopted it later. It started in Mobile in early 1700s. I think the exact year was 1703 or '04. So, and just go down, man. It's a good time. Went to a couple of Mardi Gras balls and parties and things, and then just getting with old family and friends, cookouts and parades. Catching bees, moon pies. They don't. That's our thing. They throw moon pies in Mobile. I don't think they do that in New Orleans. But yeah, it's a good time, man. I grew up in that Mardi Gras area, and I just enjoy it. Schools lets out, the kids have a good time. You can do whatever, just really have a good time. Kind of like a homecoming, so to speak.
Okay, okay. Now, something you just said kind of perked my ears up. You said they throw moon pies in
Yeah,
Alabama, like the little plastic in the plastic
yeah,
wrapping. They
yeah.
throw those.
They
Okay.
throw those. Mm-hmm.
What is that? What does that signify?
That I don't know. I mean, it's
Okay,
just
okay. They
it's
just
just
throw
so
moon
I
pies.
don't
All
really
right.
like them, but it's something that people just really want to catch a lot of. They're kind of like the pies with the mushroom. I mean, not mushroom, the marshmallow
Yeah.
inside and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know what moon pies are. That's why I was like, so they just
Yeah,
throw those out
they
over there.
throw those out. Mm-hmm.
My grandmother would have been appalled to see them people throwing them good school snacks all over the place like that.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, man. What was so during Mardi Gras, is it the parade that's the main thing, or is it something else?
No, it's the parades that are the main draw. Um, as well as the I guess what they call the not the society balls. Like they have groups called I think in our town, like they have groups like Midnight Mystics, Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association, along with I think they have the Zulus. Different groups have parties and balls where they kind of celebrate the festive season before Lent.
And those different groups that you named, do they all have their own float in the parade?
Um, a lot of them do, but it's kind of really anybody could have their own float, long as you just I guess register and go about it the way you should. But yeah, it's most of them do.
Okay, okay, cool. Cause I've never been. People are always telling me I need to go to Mardi Gras, either the one in New Orleans. Well, I ain't gonna lie, they always say the one in New Orleans. You the first person that I've come
Hmm.
across that has even mentioned the original Mardi Gras. So
That's a lot of people think that, man. They go to New Orleans for it, but just an hour and a half west of New Orleans. That's where we are. So, just take that little turn. Come check us out too.
man, it might be something I need to look into next Mardi Gras season, man. For real though.
All right.
Yeah, yes indeed, yes indeed. All right, man. So you remember I got us a new drop. I didn't even play it last week when Phenomenon was here. Don't know what I was thinking. So let's
Oh
make this
yeah.
thing official. Yeah, let's make it official. If it'll play, there we go.
Let the bloody show begin.
All right.
All right.
Let's start at the top. We're gonna start with some of this NCAA news, man. Well, not so much news. It's just that March is steadily approaching, and you're gonna have to start making your brackets pretty soon. And it's gonna hurt some people's feelings to find out that your favorite team is not the favorite to win the Final Four. In your opinion, who are some of the teams right now that you think would be some of the front runners? And just to be fair, I do have the top 16 that came out yesterday. Now this came out before a lot of those games happened, including the upset. Well, I don't know if it's an upset, but how Michigan lost to Duke because they had Michigan as the overall number one. But of
Yeah,
course, this was before that
Michigan
thing.
got they got holes a little bit for that in that game to me, I think. But teams that I think are front runners, man. I think Michigan is one. The top team, Michigan, Arizona, Duke, um, are all of them are very good teams. I think those are going to be the top seeds. Um, looking at maybe some dark horse teams. I don't know. I mean, I think I watched a couple of teams. I think Florida is a good team. The Florida Gators. They of course they're the defending national champs, so they're not really an underdog team, I guess. But I think they're good. Um, I watched Alabama and Arkansas play the other night. Very, very good game in terms of the offenses of both teams. I just think those teams will be very entertaining in the tournament because of the way they play. That guy for Arkansas, man.
Darius Acuff Jr.
Yeah. Oh,
That boy,
he's
hey, don't he look like or play like he would have been playing in the Big East, like in the late '90s or something like that? The way he scores.
yes. He
When you
remind
when,
me. He remind me honestly of Derrick Rose, man.
really,
I think he is not as explosive, but he got a smooth game like that. But yeah, and I think you can say I think you might be thinking comparing him to maybe Allen Iverson in Big East late '90s and stuff like that. He
not
looked
so
like
much. Yeah, not so much Allen Iverson, but like you were saying, his style of play would have fit the Big
oh
East,
yeah,
like mid to late '90s. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because yeah, yeah,
he looked good.
I have Arkansas as maybe a sleeper in the March Madness tournament, depending on how their regular season shakes out. Just
Yeah, because
because of
they
the
got a
way he
very
plays.
good backcourt, man. They got a very
Yeah.
good backcourt. Him and the other guy, they played very well against Alabama. I would say he was getting into another area. I would say Kansas if they're stalking if he decide he want to play consistently.
We gonna
Uh,
get to him. We gonna get to Kawhi Leonard Jr. in a second. Yeah,
yeah,
we gonna get to Kawhi
but
Jr.
I would say if you ask me about a favorite, I can't really say, man. If I'm looking at it, and I don't even like saying this team, but Duke looks very good. They
Okay.
they they look like they look very good. They got a lot of they got the a Boozer kid and his brother, and he's the
they
dominant
just
player on the team.
they just got the one boozer.
Yeah, yeah.
The other one is there
He-
because mom said if he
Both of them
can't go to
gotta go.
Duke, if he can't go to Duke, you can't go to Duke neither. That's how that went.
Right, right. But he's their leading player, but then they got a lot of support on that team. I think they got all of the guys contribute in a big way for that team. So I like them. I like Michigan too. Although they lost last night, I thought they played well. So I would say those two. I would put them at above the rest of the field.
My favorite, even though they lost at home to Arizona, I've been saying this since I saw Houston play Arkansas earlier this season. That's why I got a chance to see. Uh, uh, uh,
Acuff.
God, what's my man name? Fleming and Acuff went head up. Fleming being the other star freshman guard playing for Houston.
Yeah,
I
forgot
have I
about
have
him.
Houston. Yeah, I got Houston going back to the national championship and winning it.
Yeah, Houston is
Yeah,
very good, man. That's a good pick. Cause yeah, that kid right there that you mentioned, I'm surprised I didn't mention him myself, but he is I think he's the steals leader in NCAA right now. He's a very good on ball defender,
yeah, yeah.
as well as a scorer off of that. So yeah, I should have mentioned him. That's definitely a good pick.
Yeah, they have Texas Tech as one of the top 16 teams, but that's gonna change now that Toppin is out. So
Yeah,
I don't see
yeah.
them making any real noise. They could surprise me. You know, I mean, not everybody's the Tar Heels. Well, when your main player goes down, everybody else forget how to play basketball. So they could surprise me.
They just the Tar Heels. Since speaking of them, they just showed what they just showed that they're the rest of those guys, other than 13. I forget his name right now.
Henry Vassar.
Vassar. He's the only one that shows up consistently outside of Caleb Wilson. The rest of the guys are hit or miss, man. Sometimes they might play well, sometimes they won't. And the last couple of games, because they won a game barely against Pitt, and the other guys just didn't really show that well to me. The rest of the team, without him, man, they in trouble.
Yeah, I'm already looking toward next season as far as the Tar Heels go when they get Dylan Mingo at point and Maximo Adams on the wing, and the guy Zayden High, who's actually getting some playing time now that Caleb Wilson is out, and Henry Vassar, they're right at the same time, so they had to play Zayden High. He's getting some burn. He's a pretty good spark off the bench. That might have to translate next season to him maybe being a starter. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't have the talk. Look, I've been telling Juice, even with Caleb Wilson, I don't think they're getting out of that first weekend because that's all they have. I mean, you come into a gunfight and all you have is the one weapon. I mean, you're not going to fare
Yeah,
very well. So
and some of the coaching stuff Juice talks about, man, it's showing his head too. Um, you know, Hubert Davis, he got to tighten up. He got to tighten up now, especially without that guy to cover up some of his decision making.
yeah, man, I've been trying to go to bat for Hubert for the longest, man. Like, you're on your own now. You're on your
Well,
own. You
I
lost to
don't think
NC
they're gonna
State by
let him go.
almost.
I don't think they're gonna fire him though. They
Yo, did you
still,
see? Did you see that score against NC State? You on
I
thin
saw
ice.
it.
Yeah,
I
you on
saw
thin
it.
ice.
I did see it, man. They got whooped, but he definitely has a bit of an excuse with Caleb Wilson being out. They shouldn't have got whooped like that, but he still has won 20, 21 games so far. Say if he wins a game in the ACC tournament, and then say if he wins a game in the NCAA tournament, that's enough for them to keep him, give him one more shot. I think.
Oh, now I'm not building. By no means am I saying he's about to get fired. I told Juice he got at least another 2 years
Yeah.
because he just locked down a 5-star point guard, and I think Maximo Adams is a 4-star player. So if nothing else, he's like Roy Williams. I can get you some recruits.
He can.
Again, I'm gonna repeat this till I'm blue in the face. Dynamic point guard, a great shooter for your half court offense, and a solid big man. Those are keys to the North Carolina Tar Heels having great seasons. If you don't have all three of those, you're not gonna have a great season. You might have two
Who,
out of the three, and you'll be decent, but you need all three. Look at every
who gonna
championship
be the
team.
solid big man though? Caleb Wilson ain't gonna come back next year.
Oh yeah, he ain't coming back. The way Zayden High is playing, he's gonna have to be a four. He's not gonna be a center. He's gonna have to be a four. So we're gonna have to we're gonna have to have two guys play the position of one. I mean, we get two guys that play tough, rebound, play good defense, and contribute about 10 to 12 points a game. that'll take care of that interior presence. But
Okay.
without a dynamic point guard running the way Carolina loves to run, no matter who the coach is, it ain't going
Mm-hmm.
nowhere. It ain't going
They
nowhere.
gotta have that, man.
You look at
Yeah.
these guys. You can't show me any player or any guard on this team that doesn't have a habit of picking the ball up. Like you pick your dribble up. What's y'all
Mm-hmm.
problem? You pick your dribble
Mm-hmm.
up in the weirdest places on the court. Stuff that you tell third graders not to do your first day, the second day of practice, but you got college kids who are now professionals because you're getting paid that play like they scared and shook.
And
The
then
coach,
then if a team pressures them, man, if a team puts full court press on them, they have a hard time with that. They have a hard time with that. So and that's what teams gonna do, especially if Wilson ain't there. They gonna pressure them guards, man. They gonna get about 20 turnovers on them.
sitting ducks, sitting ducks, man. That and add to that the fact that y'all ain't even using your big man that you do have properly. Henry Vassar, the way he
Yep.
shoots, he's supposed to be in a high pick and roll every time you go down court. Whatever team y'all playing, make them stop that first. We ain't running no
Yeah.
the offense we running is high pick and roll until they stop it. Then we'll start getting into some sets. But you got this man just swinging the ball from left to right at the top of the key. Nah, man. Now that you know that's coaching. That's coaching too. But I
Hmm.
mean, basketball IQ got to come in somewhere, man.
It does. It does. But I don't know. I mean, they just need that. They just need Wilson in a worse way, man.
Well, speaking of needing a player in the worst way, let's talk about them Kansas Jayhawks.
Mm-hmm.
The Kansas Jayhawks got the brakes beat off of them too, the same way the Tar Heels got beat by the Wolfpack. Except this was a home game for the Jayhawks.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati beat them, I think,
They
84 to
whoop.
68, if I'm not mistaken. I know it
Yep.
was somewhere around there. So one time for Wes Miller, you know what I mean, old Tar Heel, you know what I'm saying, new coach, well not new, but the coach of the Cincinnati Bearcats. I'll take that W since he got some North Carolina ties. We'll take that one. We'll take that one. But your man Darren Peterson, is he saving or protecting himself for the
Well,
draft, or is he ruining his stock?
I've seen some talking heads say that he's worried about potentially getting hurt or something like that. Which I'm like, man, that's can't be what this guy's doing. That doesn't make any sense at all, especially for an NBA prospect. I mean, they draft on potential all the time. No, doesn't matter if you are hurt or not. If you show that you a good player, willing player, I can't really explain what he's doing. I think maybe he's he got his NIL money. He just want to play when he want to play. But this is not a good look for him at all. I mean, and especially when he plays, he looks very dominant. I mean, in the game we talking about, he had 30, high 20s or something like that in that game. So I can't explain it, but they need that guy, and he definitely is just hit or miss. I want to say I think he's being a little bit. This is a selfish look, man, and I can't even explain it. Why is he not playing? Especially like the other night, the game before Cincinnati. He took himself out. He had like 20 points in the first half. Took himself out the game. Why don't you want to keep cooking like that? I don't know. What you think?
I think we should start looking at Bill Self. I mean, it's your team, right?
Yeah.
So if you got this distraction, but you still letting this distraction be a distraction, you telling the other guys he's way more important than y'all because I'm putting up with this. You wouldn't take anybody else doing this and saying it's okay and trying to cover up for it when you do your post games and talk to the media. Like, come on, man. You got a kid.
Especially,
This is a
especially,
kid running your show.
especially when they lose in a conference tournament or in the NCAA when this guy does that. What is Bill Self going to say to protect himself then, or to defend himself then for letting this kid do this all year? I don't know. It's a bad look all the way around.
I know if I'm Bill Self, we gotta have a meeting, man. Me, you, and your agent or whoever is giving you this information, telling you that you should be taking yourself out of games. And I'm gonna just simply break it down to you like this, my man. We paid you to play a full season. If you don't want to play a full season, we don't want to pay you your full contract. That's just how this is gonna go. And after we had that conversation, I'd like that jersey back. You can go ahead and get ready for the league, man. If that's all you're doing is protecting yourself for that, go ahead and get ready for the league. Because right now, AJ DeBancher is looking pretty good to be the #1 pick. He's available and he's productive.
But here's the thing, like I said earlier, he gonna get drafted regardless. If he get see my man saying be real, he trying to preserve himself. He might, but the thing about it is he gonna get drafted. Man, look how many draft picks got picked in the NBA that I'm talking about high 1, 2, or 3 that couldn't play. They just drafted them on potential or and stuff like that. So I don't buy that as a good excuse. He's trying to preserve himself for the league, man. It's plenty of examples where anything happened to you, they still gonna take you. They took Hashim Thabit, if you remember him, Ben Simmons, you know, all these guys, man, back in the day, they
That
just on
man
potential.
said Hasheem the beat.
He was
Yo,
number 3.
yo, you pulled up. Yeah, you've been hanging on to that one for a while. You've been waiting to use him as an example.
I'm just saying, man. They
Hey, I hear
pick
you.
they pick guys regardless. DeAndre Ayton went number 1.
Michael Olawokandi was the first overall draft pick in the
So
National
he ain't
Basketball
going he's
Association.
not gonna hurt his draft status by playing and if he get injured or something. That's not gonna happen.
Oh, hold on, he had another message down here. My fault. I got the wrong one. Said might be some spots betting stuff going on. Oh yeah. Now
Yeah,
that might be the case too. We need to look at that. Cash
that might
Patel.
be
He might be out
that
there throwing
might
some
be.
games.
Yeah. He
He
might
might
have
be
some
out there
prop bets
throwing.
going on. And look, I don't know why we ain't think of that ourselves because that game when he took himself out certainly looks like that could have been what happened.
Every time he takes himself out from now on, just that's
Hmm.
yeah. We got to start looking at that. That is
Yeah.
insane, man. That is
Bill
insane.
Self need to tell him that. That might get him to go on and play right. Just say, hey, they're gonna start looking at you for that. That's
Point
what Bill
shaving.
Self need to tell him.
Yeah, man. You out here looking like you're point shaving that slick. And
Yeah,
before, and this bigger than Bill Self. So if I go down, I'm taking everybody with me.
that's right. That's right.
Rock, chop, Jayhawk, homeboy. Ain't no one man bigger than the program. Speaking of no one man being bigger than the program, we can go ahead and talk about some of this NBA ness. They did a straw poll in the NBA for as the MVP race. Who do you think is #1 in the MVP vote getting?
Well, I don't know who is number 1, but I know who I think it should be.
Who's that?
I think your boy from the Pistons, Cade Cunningham, should be leading or should be in the top 2 or 3 in that list because he balling out of control, um, kind of consistently. I think he should be in there. But if I was to guess, man, it's probably uh, what the Joker maybe or who is it?
Well, SGA is #1.
SGA.
Joker's #2, and Kay Cunningham is third in vote getting.
Jalen Brown on the list.
Jalen Brown is down there at number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Number
Okay.
6 with 43 votes in this straw poll.
Yeah, yeah. Um, they still got SGA up there, huh?
Yep, because as of right now, they're all still eligible. A lot of them can only miss like a couple more games before you out of the run. I think Joker has like maybe one game left, 1 or 2 games left before he's ineligible to even be in the running for the MVP.
Yeah,
Because he's averaging a high triple double, a
he is.
very high, 28.7 points, 12.7 rebounds, 10.7 assists, shooting 59% from the floor, 42% from 3-point range, 84% from the free throw line. Like, they got to get that man some help out there, man.
But they're not gonna give it to him. I don't think because he's got two MVPs already, right? They might have what they talk voter fatigue and stuff. They might not give it to him just because of that.
He
He
gonna get,
deserves. He's deserving, but they may not give it to him.
so he about to have that LeBron effect where it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
we know you good, so we ain't gonna just
Yeah,
keep giving it to you.
that might be what's gonna happen to him.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I can
Cade Cunningham though, man, he keep balling like he is. I think he'll be the one shooting past them and winning it.
Man, they just waiting on SGA to come back so they can hand it to him. I'm gonna go and tell you that right now. They just waiting on SGA to come back. That's all.
Well, all right. I mean, that might be true. Um, but think about it. I mean, SGA, yes, SGA gonna get 30 every time because his game's too smooth. You can't speed him up, can't slow him down. So he's gonna continue to ball and be very effective. The thing that bodes well for Cade Cunningham is the turnaround of that team. OKC coming into the league, I mean coming into the season, they knew that team was gonna be good, gonna be dominant, and everything. Nobody was expecting the Pistons to be number one in the East. They knew they was gonna be an improved team, maybe be a top four seed or something in the East. Nobody expected them to be number one. Him leading that team like that, that might push him over the top a little bit
I
if he
don't know,
continues
man.
to play well.
We've watched this NBA long enough to know that the household names are gonna get favor over the nice newcomer. And this is the first time in a long time since Detroit's been relevant in not just playoff talks, but actual opportunity to actually win the championship. It's gonna be a great second half of the season storyline, but they just waiting on SGA to get back healthy. That's all they doing.
All right, I can see that.
That's all they
Um,
doing, man. That's it. Like I don't disagree with anything you were saying about Cade Cunningham, but it's a lot more about this is more or less the popularity contest as opposed to what you're actually putting out there.
well, yeah, all right. As all the leagues do that, I guess. NFL do it too.
Yeah.
At least in the NBA, they let guys that play different positions win the MVP though.
Oh yeah, but only so many times. only
Yeah.
only so many times. After this year, if he stays healthy, the next two will be Wemby getting them. Watch.
Oh, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, it'll be
If
Wemby,
Wemby stay
man.
healthy, he gonna get him about 3 or 4 of them things.
Is this the year San Antonio makes that leap to the finals, or they gotta wait a year?
I think they gotta wait a year, man. I mean, they got the talent. They got all the talent, man. Like I've said it plenty of times. Eh, They got a whole lot of, everybody on that team is a very good scorer. They got the scoring. They got the defense with Wemby. I just think they got to learn how to win, man. A time maybe two, where they get into a playoff series and maybe in the West Finals or something, and they lose because they lack experience. Coaching may be an issue for them right now because their coach is a first year. This is his first full year being their coach. That may that may hold them back. But watch out for them boys. Now I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they upset OKC. They didn't have their number this year, but in a playoff series, man, that experience matters, man. It just matters, and we've seen it too many times. Up and coming teams, they don't in the NBA. They don't win the first time they get up in there.
Now, are we writing off Ant Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves a little too fast? Because they seem to have the key to advancing in the playoffs.
Until they get to the Western Finals.
Yeah, but they get there.
They get
only
there.
only two teams can get there.
They get there, but you know, I don't know. I don't even think they're gonna get there this time.
Okay.
Um, I think they're good enough, man, but I don't see them. I don't even see them with their experience. Now I do think that when if say they play San Antonio in a second round series or something, I think San Antonio will beat them. Or if they played Denver in the second round series, because if you think about it, they got to the Western Finals those 2 years because in the second round they played teams that they matched up really well against in the Lakers. They played the Lakers in the second round 2 times last year and the year before that, I believe. They match up really well against the Lakers. They gonna beat them. But if that matchup changes and they play Denver or they play San Antonio, man, they ain't gonna beat them.
Well, they beat Denver in a game 7 in Denver.
They did. They
I'm
did.
just I'm just saying we might be prisoners of the moment. We might be writing off some guys who've been proven to get there a little too fast. That's all I'm saying. Well, in the
Well,
West anyway. In the West.
um, oh, oh, Luka Doncic look like he might be hurt, but he might just be laying down, taking him a little break or something. But he is grabbing his knee. Let's see. Hopefully, it ain't nothing.
That sucks, man. But there goes the season then. 'Cause if he's
Well,
out, there go the
it
season.
just happened, man. It might not. It may just be. We'll see what it is.
Man, this is the first time Luca ever been healthy, physically healthy, like in shape in his life. If he holding his knee, that's a wrap. That's it. This ain't looking good for the Lakers, man.
Yeah, he got.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jalen Brown fell into his knee, but I don't. It don't look
Oh,
like
okay.
it
Okay.
did anything. Yeah,
Might be
he
like
might just be sore.
okay. I'm hoping that's the case, man. I
Yeah,
want
I don't
everybody
want
at
him.
full strength.
I don't want him to get hurt, man. But anyway, I don't know. As far as Ant Edwards, you know, I told you before. All right, here's the key. I think for them, uh, Julius Randle got to play. He got to give them something, man.
Agreed.
He got to give them something. If he does, then they can make it. Julius Randle been MIA in the Western Conference Finals against for Minnesota, and he got to show up this time. Cause Nas Reed, um, he's a good backup player. I don't know if he could really be a starter in the league, but he's a good energy guy, a good scoring guy off the bench for them. Julius Randle got to show up. So if he does, then I'll say yes. They
Okay.
can get there.
Agreed. Well, as far as the Julius Randle situation, agreed. He gotta step up. The Houston Rockets, after watching them blow the lead they had against the New York Knicks the other night, I'm kind of second guessing that whole Kevin Durant move now. Like
No,
you should have tried to get a point guard also. I ain't saying don't get Kevin Durant. I'm just saying
yeah,
you should have went
yeah.
and got you a low budget. You should have went to TJ Maxx, got you a point guard to fill in till Fred Van Fleet get back, man. Like
That's what they need, man. I mean, a point guard. Have they don't have any point guard. You could tell in that game, man. They had Sengun trying to bring up the ball, KD trying to bring up the ball up the court. Those guys can't do that. Not for real. Not for extended amount of time. So yeah, they need a point guard in the worst way. And if they had a point guard, man, I told you when the Chris Paul stuff happened, I like man they need to go and try to get Chris Paul or somebody to come over there and he could help that team. Mike Conley, anybody, just get you a point guard to come and play for that team. But they didn't do it, so it is what it is. Go
yeah,
get them a
yeah.
free agent, somebody.
I mean, 10-day contracts are still a thing. You just
Hmm
he ain't gotta be able to score all that much. Just distribute the ball and know how to keep the pace of the game. Since you mentioned Chris Paul, we might as well take a moment to recognize him in his illustrious NBA career, no matter how tainted with disappointment it may be. Uh,
The
One of
ending,
the
maybe, yeah.
yeah, one of the greats. Chris Paul was done kind of filthy throughout his NBA career, man. I still can't believe the league said no, you can't go play with Kobe Bryant. That was
Man, can
insane.
you imagine that?
That was insane to me, man. I ain't even know the league could be like, yeah, no, not you.
Yeah, and a lot of people, or maybe people don't talk about it anymore. I was gonna say a lot of people may have forgotten about that, but man,
I ain't never
Kobe
forgot
might
about
have
it.
they might have gotten like three chips together. If that would have happened, because didn't they when that happened, the Lakers had Pau Gasol too. He was on the team already, wasn't he?
I believe so.
So can you imagine Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom, Kobe Bryant, Chris Paul in your starting lineup, man? What is a team gonna do with that?
And that's I guess it's what David Stern was thinking.
But well, David Stern wasn't the commissioner anymore when KD went to Golden State, was he? No, I think that Adam Silver was then. So I'll say it happened then, but uh, Dave Stern wasn't for that super team stuff then, that three headed monster. But man, that would have been unfair, him playing with Kobe.
Well, we would have blocked it and then let the floodgates open with the guys joining up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You stop Chris Paul from going to the
Hmm.
Lakers, but then you say you let everybody else just do what they want to
Everybody
do.
else, right after
What
that.
is what is it about Chris Paul, man? Like, yo, somebody got to answer that because he did a sit down. Well, at least they put it out finally. The sit down he did with 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. They did the 7 p.m. in
I
LA
watched
version.
some of that.
Right, but I didn't hear him like really get into what actually happened. You know what I mean? He
Not,
just
yeah, yeah, they
yeah, that's
didn't.
what I was waiting on. I was like, I know y'all friends, and y'all ain't really going. You ain't gonna ask the questions that we would ask, cause y'all homeboys, y'all are colleagues, y'all played in the league together. Matter of fact, him and Melo actually had the conversation or brung up the conversation that they had when Melo got let go when he was
Mm-hmm.
playing for the Rockets. So he
Mm-hmm.
kind of, I don't know if they were kind of alluding to the fact that it was similar, or or he was just saying, I know how it feels, and then they just went into that. But
Oh yeah, a couple teams did Melo like that back in his day. But, a couple teams did that to Melo, man. So he definitely knows. But yeah, I don't know, man. Chris Paul, man, he had his best chance with Phoenix. And then Phoenix kind of imploded a little bit in that finals after they got up. So I don't know.
I still think his best shot was with the Rockets that year. And what messed them up is they kept him in the game too long. Y'all were blowing Golden State out. Then he comes down, and if I'm not mistaken, the play that I always look at, I think he did like a turnaround jump shot in the lane, and next thing you know, messes up his hand.
Hmm.
Why you even why you even still in the game?
Yeah, yeah.
Never understood it. And ever since then, ever since David Stern vetoed that whole trade, the basketball gods have been just playing pure chess with this dude, man. Like, nah, you can't. No, we gonna let you see what it tastes like, but we ain't gonna let you win the champ. But we gonna give you DeAndre Ayton to go up against Giannis in the finals. Nah, homeboy, that's just no.
Hmm.
That ain't how that works. So where does Chris Paul rank in the rankings of best basketball players coming out of the state of North Carolina or from the state of North Carolina? When I say from, we'll say either raised or were born in North Carolina because everybody know who number one is, but he ain't from here. Raised here, but he wasn't born here. You know what I
I,
mean?
I say he number two, man. I know people may say James Worthy, Bob McAdoo,
You ain't even
uh,
got to go back that far. Go to Golden State.
Golden State, Steph Curry. Yeah. Well, okay. Steph Curry number two, Chris Paul number three, and James Worthy number four. In my opinion. Um, but Chris Paul he has a complicated legacy, man.
Talk to me.
Because even back when he played it with Wake Forest in college, he had a borderline dirty player reputation because he was doing some things then. He wasn't like the dude that played for Duke. That what's his name? I forget. That he was openly a dirty player. Uh,
I know exactly. Grayson Allen. You
Grayson
talking about
Allen.
Grayson Allen?
He was not like him, but
I don't know.
you
Chris
know
Paul was hitting people in the in
he
the in the in the sack in the
in the
league too.
he
Now,
was doing that back
yeah.
when he was at Wake Forest. He was doing that. Came into the league, man, and he was too. He didn't have to do stuff like that. He was good enough on his own. I mean, I know competition make you want to win, make you do want to do certain things, but he didn't have to do that. But I think that kind of complicates his legacy, and people. It made people kind of amplify what they were saying about him at the end about he's difficult to play with because he's so anal in practices and stuff like that. Okay, all good players are. Kobe was like that. Mike was like that. Why is it a bad thing when Chris Paul is like that? Is, is it? I mean, if you were a winner, Isaiah Thomas was like that. You know, so I don't
Now,
think that's
now, now, to be fair, the difference between him and all those other guys you just named
they were
is
winning.
what? No,
Yeah,
no,
they
no.
were
They
winning.
won. Is that they won? They won.
Hmm.
Chris Paul's been a winner everywhere he's been. He just never got over that hump and actually won that thing that get them other guys a lot of cachet in locker rooms. You know what I mean? At some point, people gonna look at you and be like, "Hey, man, sometimes you might, you know, what I mean, you ain't the Chris Paul from old." That might be how they,
Well,
how
that's what
some people look
happened
at it.
with the Clippers this year. That's definitely what happened with the Clippers, what you just said. Um, but all of that kind of complicates his legacy, man. But I think Chris Paul is definitely obviously, to answer your question about the North Carolina guys, I think he's behind number three, behind Mike and Steph Curry.
Okay, okay. Ranker.com did the best players from NC list also, and yeah, they had him number four. They put him behind James because James, James did get a Finals MVP along with the
He
with the
did,
rings, but he was part of the Showtime Lakers. Still
and
a great.
he won the college championship at North Carolina, so
Yeah,
that counts
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. Always, always. But my thing with Chris Paul is I think Chris Paul is definitely one of the greatest point guards of all time. I won't ever say he's the greatest point guard of all time because I watched John Stockton be a machine at running the offense. Like
Hmm.
that's when they told me what a point guard was supposed to do, and then I looked at John Stockton and oh, that's it right there. That
John
man,
Stockton, huh?
John Stockton ran the simplest basketball play to perfection.
Hmm.
You know what he's gonna do, and you still can't stop it.
That's more. But well, here's the thing. I agree with one caveat.
Go ahead.
John Stockton had a guy on his team that was going. I mean, consistently that was going to put that thing in the hole, give him all them assists. Karl Malone, you if Chris Paul played 18 years, 17, 18 years with Karl Malone, how many assists you think he'll have?
Hey, there ain't no way to find out because he bounced a little bit. But he said, but could John run multiple offenses? That's a good question. And the thing about that is, we never had to find out.
Yeah, he never played for
You
a
you,
different
you,
team,
you never had to find out.
and he stopped playing before Karl Malone. So yeah, you couldn't even tell.
Yeah, man. It's John. I gotta put Cause it was either, 'cause I say John because I watched more of his career. I ain't really get to see Isaiah Thomas like that. I caught the back half of it. 'Cause I was born in '85. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? So
Isaiah Thomas was better than John Stockton. I'll go and tell you that.
cool. I mean, you watched early Isaiah Thomas. I get it. By the time I got to see Isaiah Thomas for real, it was like early '90s. So I was
But
kindergarten and stuff
John
like that.
Stockton got all the records for point guard because he was so consistent and he played longer. But as far as the better player, yeah, Isaiah Thomas was that. He ate John Stockton. I'm gonna tell you this, and you could go with that '92 Dream Team when John Stockton got on there. The Pistons was going to play Utah after the team was announced.
And that's
Man,
when
Isaiah,
they kept Isaiah Thomas from the
they
team.
kept Isaiah Thomas off the team. Man, Isaiah win that game. He had 44 on John Stockton. I'm talking when he went in there, man. He was like, "I'm gonna show you who's supposed to be on there," and he wore him out, man. So he was upset about that thing.
That's what's up, man. Where do you rank Chris Paul all time on point guards list though?
I don't know, man. I would say I had to think about that because I like. I mean, he don't have no records now because he ain't play as long. But obviously, I like Magic Johnson, best point guard ever. I got him, Zeke, Isaiah Thomas. I'll say he number four. I would say Magic, Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton, Chris Paul. I put him like that.
You put Chris
Um,
Paul over Jason Kidd?
yeah, I would. I put him over Jason Kidd. Put him over Gary Payton. I put him over who else you might be thinking of. That's
Steve Nash?
yeah. I put him over all of them
Okay.
because he was a Chris Paul was a very good defender too. He wasn't as good of a defender as Gary Payton, but he played good enough defense along with his good offensive skill and his assist and his playmaking. He had better playmaking skills in my opinion than Jason Kidd and um
CP3 was mean to my little brother when I met him, so his talent is now a moot point. There you go. And there you go.
look, see, folks saying that what I'm saying about the complicated legacy, man.
So if you picking your all-time team, who is your point guard? How many people would actually pick Stockton? There's a lot of people who would pick
There's a
John
lot of
Stockton.
people with pick Stockton, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. We're not going to do that just because Trump in office. We're not going to act like John Stockton wasn't a great point guard. All of a sudden, now we don't rock with John Stockton. All right,
Yeah,
whatever. You know what I mean? Over Nash and Kidd, they my personal top two. Yeah, he got Chris Paul over Nash and over Jay. You
yeah.
heard the man. The
I,
man didn't
I I
stutter.
think he's better than both of them.
Okay. He said, how many people would pick John Stockton on their all-time list? The NBA 50 would pick John Stockton on their all-time list. Yeah, he's one of the 50 greatest players of all time, man. We just got
I
to face it,
mean,
man.
yeah, we can't front on John Stockton now.
Yeah. Is it
I
the
don't,
shorts?
I
Is
don't
it,
mean
is
like
it,
that man was. I just think Isaiah Thomas was better than him overall, but John
man, I
Stockton was a
can't.
monster too. And John Stockton did was crafty. He would do some little dirty things too. They couldn't see. He was real crafty. It was playing defense and all of that.
Now you want us. Now you want us to not mention John Stockton. Come on now.
That is crazy, man.
Oh, oh man. Speaking of things that we should mention, but we're gonna mention anyway, there was a boxing match that took place last night between Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia. And I just want to extend my deepest sympathies to anybody who actually paid to watch that fight. Because it sucked. It was terrible. It was a shutout. Ryan Garcia completely manhandled the champion, Mario Barrios. I picked Ryan Garcia to win the fight, not because I'm a big Ryan Garcia fan, It's because I watched Mario Barrios fight Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was 46 years old, and Mario Barrios didn't think enough in his boxing mind to go to the body of this 46-year-old man in the first 6 rounds so he could end this fight or at least win it. Pacquiao went to full 12 and it was a draw. What was even more insulting, while the fight was going on, the announcers had made the point to say the reason Manny Pacquiao is fighting this man because Manny Pacquiao's wife was sitting back looking and goes, "Hey, I think you could beat him."
Really?
Really?
Oh man.
And for some reason, I don't know if they didn't tell Mario Barrios this because this is some newspaper article clipping stuff that you should have in your locker room during your whole training camp. Like, word, the man wife thinks less of me to tell her husband, "Yo, babe, you should come out of retirement just to beat him. Come out of retirement and go take his belt. He ain't doing nothing with it."
Well, and see, like I always say, you know more, you keep up with boxing much more than I do, man. Um, I just, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of boxing matches.
Hold on, wait. Nope. I know what you're getting ready to try to say.
What?
Thank you for the compliment. Nope, I'm gonna break it down to you just like this, cause you said I don't really know boxing like that. You ain't even got no boxing like that to know this. You fighting a 46-year-old man, and you in your late 20s, early 30s. This ain't going the distance. This cannot go the distance.
Yeah.
And we are both professionals training at the highest level. Ain't no way this going 12. No, this can't. And if it do go 12, it can't be a draw. What you mean you couldn't decide if I won or lost to this 46-year-old man?
I was gonna ask you about the one. I know you heard about Floyd and Mike Tyson, right?
Floyd is supposed to come out of retirement after that.
Oh, really? This supposed to be like his.
No,
His
after the exhibition, he's saying that he's coming out of retirement.
what you think about that?
I think some people just feel like they lose their identity once their career is over. Like whatever it is that makes you known and famous to people, if you don't know how to pivot and then you stop doing that and you're out of the eye of the public, he might miss that, the thrill of being the main attraction. Like in boxing, all those people in that stadium, they're not there to see a team. They're there to see one guy. That's got to be a different feeling.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not worth the punishment that you're gonna take now.
That's what I was gonna go next. How you think he's gonna do if that's what he's gonna come back and do?
It all depends. To me, it all depends on who he chooses to fight upon coming out of retirement. Because if you thinking you about to hop in that welterweight division and just call one of them young guns with them belts out, it ain't gonna go how you think, Slick. That ain't gonna go how you think.
Your man just said, "I hope Floyd don't mess up his undefeated record." Well, if he don't, he needs to.
Oh
stay
no, that was a
strong.
female. That's a female.
Oh,
What's up? What's up, Kyle? Nah, she watched boxing. She the one that put that comment up talking about, you remember when Tank Javante Davis knocked Barrios out through the ropes? Yes, ma'am, I do. Yes, ma'am, I do. Yep,
Well, he can come
Mayweather
out.
said he coming out of retirement. Yes, sir.
Well, you know,
Hold on, what Mac say? B Mac, y'all think Floyd broke for real? I saw a boxing guy on YouTube saying he wasn't good with his money. I
I
mean,
believe
that could be it, man.
that could be it.
You built a lifestyle that has to be maintained.
Yeah, and he don't want to change it up. Um, always we can't always be flashy all our life, man. We just can't. We got to, So I think he that might be some financial stress there. He trying to do that. Um, I just wish he wouldn't do it, man.
Trying
But
to pull a Foreman by coming back. If he gonna pull a Foreman, he need to make some grills. That's the only way I see him being like George Foreman, man. Go make some cookware, homie. Go make some cookware. That's your best bet.
especially the way Floyd fights, man, because his defense was so good in his heyday, man. You got to have quickness and good reflexes for that. I mean, your reflex is the first thing to go as you get up in age there.
That could be a reason why he's coming back. Also, he might still feel like he has it, and to him, you got to beat me to prove me wrong. You got to beat me. Maybe that's what he's thinking.
Could be, bro. I'll leave that alone, but I'll check him out when he come and fight. I'll look at it to see how he does, man.
And
But
that's the thing. He's gonna be a huge draw because there's way more people that want to see him lose than that want to see him win. So that fight's gonna sell. I wish he wouldn't do this to his legacy. He already had the one stain on his legacy by going over there to Japan and getting his 50th win over there fighting. I forget the gentleman's name. No disrespect to him, I just forget his name because I ain't take that serious. I thought that was gonna be an exhibition, but it counted. So that's how
right,
he got
right.
his 50-0. That right there already kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like, come on, man. Now you're giving everybody a reason to say what they've been saying, how you ducking certain people and now you running. You know what I mean? Like Mike Tyson might have not have been a boxer or a great boxer, and he lost some, but he still fought. You know what I mean? He still got in there and took his L's. He still fought. And that just goes back to remember how I was saying that Floyd Mayweather was a certain generation's boxer. And
Right.
whenever the argument came up, that's how we protect our boxer. Just like the older guys would protect the Tyson and this, that, and the third. See, now we ain't got a dog in the fight no more. You making us look stupid for trying to defend you now.
I
What are
know.
you doing? What are you
I know,
doing, man?
man. I mean, it is what it is, though. It is what it is.
Say, am I watching Clarissa Shields fight tonight? No, but I will catch it tomorrow morning on YouTube the same way I watch all the rest of the fights on the zone. Yeah, I ain't man. No, I'm not paying to watch that. They started fighting at the press conference or the weigh-in situation. Clarissa Shields and
Really?
her opponent. Like, yeah, not just I don't know if those two individuals actually fought, but there was some people in that venue that started fighting. Like I seen that on social media. So I hope that fight is as good as whatever that was supposed to be.
Uh
Yeah,
huh. Yeah.
yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Trying to think, there is some actual good fight coming up. I'll get to that next week because it ain't happening until like mid to late March. So we'll get to that later on. But unless you had something else you wanted to talk about on boxing or another sport, I was gonna go to the
I mean,
HBCU section.
well, I did have a couple of things about the NFL, just
Yeah, yeah, go
briefly.
ahead. Oh yeah,
Uh,
Tyreek Hill. Yeah,
yeah, Tyreek Hill. How they want to move my Bears to Indiana? That can't happen, man. That ain't gonna happen. Bears got to stay
Indiana,
in Chicago.
Indiana Bears.
Yeah, that don't even sound. That sound like a college team.
That sounds like one of the Care Bears names. Somebody get
Yeah,
Indiana. Somebody go get Indiana.
but Tyreek Hill, yeah, they talking about him going back to Kansas City. Um, I actually like that move if they was to pick him up. They need you see the last couple years they've been struggling mightily with receiver speed. The one guy that they drafted hasn't panned out. That was a speed guy out of Texas, Xavier Worthy. He hasn't really done much. Rasheed Rice
Back in trouble.
back in trouble, yeah. And they worried about Tyreek Hill. They might be worried about him in that regard because he had off field issues too. But I'm talking about just on the field. Him and Rasheed Rice, I think would be a good receiving tandem with Tyreek maybe spreading the field and Rasheed Rice, being the secondary receiver. That might be a good mix. Who knows? What they say? They'll still beat Chicago Bears. I know they ain't gonna change the name like that, but still, that team need to play in Chicago. They don't need to play in Indiana at all. We don't need to be like the Washington Commanders playing in, or New York Giants playing in New Jersey and all of that.
I'm gonna go and let y'all know right now. Tyreek Hill, the only place I see Tyreek Hill going that really wouldn't affect, you know, anything like that, meaning the off-field issues wouldn't matter. I had
Dallas
to go play for
Cowboys.
Jerry World. That's it. That's it. You got to go to Jerry's World, man. Jerry Jones, right now, Jerry Jones is cooking up the best ironclad contract he can for Tyreek Hill. like, welcome, welcome. We
Man,
got the
that
we
would
got the
be
best lawyers.
that would prove once and for all that Jerry Jones don't know what he doing. If he was to get Tyreek Hill, as bad as that defense is, and the receivers they already got, Tyreek Hill is the last player they need. But hey, he like getting them big name players though, so he might do it.
Don't worry about none of your off the field issues, far as with the mother of your child or none of that. Jerry Jones got a daughter who he don't even claim right now, so you know he ain't worried about none of that. That ain't an issue, homeboy. ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new under the dome.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, one thing I know you might be getting ready to bring it up. The HBCU portion of the show. We got to bring up what Cam Newton is trying to do because it's
That's
a
the
pretty
first
big
thing.
deal, y'all.
First thing on the list.
Cam
First thing on
Newton,
the list.
Cam Newton is gonna. I think he's gonna put his own money behind this too. Trying to put together a HBCU college game day kind of show similar to what ESPN does with Nick Saban, Desmond Howard, and them each week during college football season. I mean that would be. I'm hoping that brother can do that because he's talking about they're gonna travel to whichever HBCU campus has the biggest game going on to do a pregame show for it. I think that would be a huge, a big deal and a good thing for him to do. I hope that brother can pull it off.
Well, that segues us right on into the HBCU section. You know, we always like to show love to those who show love to us. And piggybacking off what you said, it's going to be called the Fourth and One with Cam Newton tailgate experience, if I'm not mistaken. And what he's going to do is, unlike unlike how they just show the games on ESPN, he's actually going to get into the actual aspects of what makes the HBCU experience the HBCU experience. He's going to be talking to alumni, going to the homecoming tailgates or just regular game tailgates, interacting with the fans, talking to alumni, getting with the band, and he is putting his bread behind it. For that to work, to me, for that to work, he'd have to get like some correspondence, some student correspondence. I think that'll help. Along with I should know their names, but I don't, and I'm so sorry. The people who do the HBCU
Yeah,
championship game, whoever
Jay
announces that,
Walker. Jay Walker is the guy, and I can't think of the lady's name that is his partner.
yeah,
She's a FAMU alum. He's a Howard alum.
right.
So yeah, I think it would be good if he did uh, partner up with them in this thing. Yeah.
Them, then we got to think about like so you know how they have like Reese Davis, Desmond Howard, Nick Saban, and all them. We got to get an HBCU panel just like that, or comparable to that. So I think it'll be dope, to be quite honest with you, man, because there hasn't been a spotlight of that magnitude shown or shine, however you say the past tense, on HBCUs. The closest thing we had was Deion Sanders at
Yeah.
Jackson State, and
He
Yeah.
might be able to get with that channel that shows a lot of HBCU games, the Griot, and put that on because they show a lot of HBCU games there, and I think it's a black owned network too, I believe, but um, they might be the ones open to putting that on. Um, Another thing, I saw this yesterday. I saw on television. The HBCU Legacy Bowl was yesterday, kind of like the Senior Bowl. They
Winston Cat from Winston Salem State was the offensive MVP.
yeah. I watched the game, man. It was
Where?
it
On
was a decent
ESPN?
game.
It was on
Yeah,
ESPN?
I think it was on ESPN yesterday.
Oh wow.
No, I'm sorry. I think it was on NFL Network.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was on NFL Network.
Got it.
But it was a good game.
You know what won't be a good game? A&T versus Norfolk State, because the game isn't happening anymore.
It's
See
not.
how watch how all this ties in real quick though. You were talking about your Bears leaving Chicago. A&T is going to end up playing Chicago State. Chicago State, this was their first time having a football team in the history of their school. School been in existence for 159 years, never had a football team, and they've decided to grace us with a guaranteed W. Appreciate you on October the 17th. We better not lose to a team that is just now coming into formation. That's all I'm saying.
Hmm.
And
I
that will
guess
be a game. Go ahead.
though I was saying, I guess A&T coach he was talking about he was making some changes, and this is one trying to guarantee him a win or two.
Take them how you can get them. That's gonna be that's gonna be the game before homecoming. So it'll be that game on the 17th, off week. Then it's homecoming against Elon. So that'll be a good tune up. Get a guy some confidence. Let them chill out for a week. Get healed and rejuvenated.
Hmm.
Then go play Elon. All
Man, but
right.
I sure would have liked to see them play Norfolk State, man.
I mean, I don't think it's a for sure done deal like just all together. Maybe in the next 2 or 3 years or something like that. Both of the teams get themselves back to being respectable in their
Hmm.
conferences, and then make it a even bigger game. Because right now, if we play Norfolk State, the only reason you go to the game is to take a picture with Mike Vick.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah, nobody would. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just go get a pic with Vic. And that's probably what they call it, the pick with Vic. Come on out to the game, get your pick with Vic. That's it. That's it. Staying in North Carolina, former Winston-Salem State head coach Mr. Robert Massey has joined the other side. See, Winston-Salem State and Johnson C. Smith are slick rivals in the CIAA. And the old Winston-Salem State coach is now joining the coaching staff at Johnson C. Smith as the cornerback coach. Why, you say? Well, he has experience, real experience. He was drafted in 1989 by the Saints. He was an All-Pro.
He
Matter of
was a
fact, he
good
was
player.
a
Yeah.
defensive All-Rookie team. Well, excuse me, made All-Rookie team. Was an All-Pro. Spent like 10 years in the league, and now he's going to be the cornerback coach, man. So it's a great pickup for Johnson C. Smith. Great pickup.
Yeah.
What else you got in the HBCU section?
Uh, Nothing much, man. I mean, you know, shout out to Alabama A&M women's basketball. They leading the SWAC
For
right
sure.
now. Keep up the good work, ladies. They are just ahead of Alcorn. Alcorn is the second place. They one game ahead, so keep up the fight there. Um, and the men team at A&M, they in second place, I believe, when I checked. So both teams are kind of fighting hard. Hopefully they can get some kind of NCAA bid off of that. But I don't really have anything else from an HBCU standpoint. I just hope that, again, I think that Cam Newton thing would be a big deal if it can get off the ground and get rolling a little bit. So I'm hoping that happens.
The main thing to that though is going to have to get a lot of students involved. That's how this.
Hmm.
That's how it's going to matter. Just reaching out to the alumni and stuff like that. That's cool. That's great. But that's you want that young energy to carry this. That's what you want. You want that
Well,
young
he can
energy to
get it.
carry it.
He's still pretty connected, still pretty well known. He ain't too far removed from having played in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, he gonna have to get the mascots to fighting each other like they used to do on American Gladiators. Make them
Yeah.
joust or something for some scholarship money. Whatever you got to do,
Well, he
man.
already he already knocked out the Alabama State mascot at the Classic.
So, so you saying he should fight a mascot
He
every
already
every
did.
episode? Well, I saw that, but I'm saying I want to get like the schools involved. Like whatever two schools
Hmm.
are playing, you'll get them standing on those same like podiums, like back when American Gladiators was on TV. Have them joust, and the winner gets like $50,000 scholarship. To help whatever cause for that school or something like that. Just make it interactive and worthwhile, other than just going to eat free food and talk about what does the HBCU mean to you? Come on, man. We gotta get past that and start doing stuff to make people want to get interested and involve the community.
Yeah.
That's how you do that. That's how you do that there. People tired of just answering the same, yeah, I'm a legacy from an HBCU. That's what it means to me, this, that, and the third. Nah, man. Come on, man. You gotta do something else. We've been doing that for years. You ain't doing
Well,
nothing no
I
different
think
than anybody else.
if he's going, the big thing he need to focus, like you said, the show is going to be, if it comes through, focus on the tailgating, the fellowship experience, and the bands. You got to get the bands in there. The bands got to be a big part of this show, to make it happen. So I think that'll make it entertaining.
Yeah, man. I'm pulling for him, man. I hope he can pull it off. I'm pulling for him. Oh, tripping. One time for Teddy Bridgewater, man. You stood 10 toes down for them children, and it hasn't passed in the Senate, but it has passed in the House. The Teddy Bridgewater Act. And that act is to say that coaches down in Florida can now, or when if it gets passed, can spend up to $15,000 of their own personal money to help the kids with getting home, recovery, and the same the stuff that they said was impermissible
Meals.
benefits that Teddy Bridgewater did. Now they're trying to say, yo, y'all are looking out for the kids. That's cool. If in fact that's what they use the money for.
Right, right.
Because the assistant coach from that same school that Teddy Bridgewater was at, he was saying that his concern would be that they misuse this money and use it for recruiting instead of what it's actually supposed to be for, to help the students that are already there.
Yeah, I mean, it can be. I mean, anything like that, it it just can be misappropriated. The funds and all of that. But you don't want to penalize somebody for doing anything like what Teddy Bridgewater did, man. It's because he was clearly, trying to just give them boys an experience, make sure they could play, and just provide what they needed. He shouldn't have been penalized for that. You find
Nah.
somebody doing wrong, doing what it punish them, but they punished the wrong guy with that.
Well, uh, from a humanity standpoint, he did nothing wrong. But from a rule standpoint,
But I mean, NCAA. I mean, I know this is high school ball, but it's just. I mean, there's a lot of rules, a lot of laws that aren't that are laws, but they're not ethical
oh
or what.
yeah, yeah, no
It,
disagreement here. But it's still,
so
but the rule is still the
but
rule.
it's
You know
still
what I
there.
mean?
Hmm.
You can't be a leader of men and then turn around and tell the men, "Hey, I know sometimes there's rules and sometimes you just gotta say screw the rules." Now you can't have both ways. So I'm glad they're trying to pass this act, and hopefully it gets passed in the House and they can go from there, man. And they don't misappropriate the funds. They will have to, itemize everything and report to the Florida High School, Association exactly what you're doing with the money, if in fact everything gets passed. So hope it works out for everybody involved, man. And again, one time for Teddy Bridgewater, man, you did the right thing in the long run. You did the right thing in the long
Yep.
run. Final thought, sir.
Everybody just, check us out each week. Check us out each Sunday at 7 p.m. We'll be, the sports talk. We love that everybody is joining us and we can answer any questions or things you guys want to get involved in the conversation. We appreciate that. Once again, shout out to Mobile, Alabama Mardi Gras. Y'all heard of it. Y'all next Mardi Gras, come down and check it out. You'll see a lot of people would love to invite y'all in. So I just leave it with that, man.
Thought you was gonna do the Suge Knight. You know what I mean? Come down to the real Mardi Gras. You know.
Yeah, you gotta worry about all in the videos.
Right. You worry about people all on your floats, stealing your
Yeah.
beads. Come on down to the real Mardi Gras. But that's what's up, though, man. To echo his sentiments, man. Thank y'all for watching, engaging, sharing. Thank y'all so much, man. I can't thank you enough, to be quite honest. We will see y'all same time, same channel next week. Don't forget, whenever you go outside, take God with you. Y'all be kind. Y'all be careful, man. Peace.
All right.
Cut the check.